I'll set it up again. So one of the things I love the collared shirt thing in ultras right now. I'm a huge fan of it. So there's the form and the function here, but tell me about both. What were you thinking with this?
Yeah, well, I think it embodies Path perfectly for that form and function. I mean, like we wear button downs all the time.
Yeah.
And so for this, we wanted to create a really easy wearable, casual silhouette. So we did the straight hem at the bottom. And this is, and really like wanted to build a super cool technical button down for running that looked just as good, you know, as for every day. So we're using our VKTRY dot air fabric, which is
it doesn't, you can't quite tell. Is that why it's like kind of like transparent? Not transparent, but like
perforated,
perforated,
like a weave with.
Yeah. So they developed this weave actually for the Team Japan for the Olympics.
Oh, really?
In Tokyo, because it's super hot and humid there.
Wow.
And so it was something that was really strong and had really great performance and stretch and everything.
Yeah.
But it also had the perforation that allowed for more breathing. So it's got a really cool story there, and we thought it'd be perfect for a running button down. And the texture just also gives it a nice look as well.
And the fabric is so premium that
It's
you
incredible.
could wear it to like a nice event and it would be like, you know, a top Japanese fabric, or you could wear it running and it would be like ultimate performance. So it really kind of really blurs the line between super fashion and
and like it feels like, you know, I could wear it in a 100-miler.
Yeah, and we did like this like cool hidden pocket in the back so you could put something in there like
credit cards, gels.
Yeah, just whatever you want, but it's hidden so you'd never know it when you're wearing it. So we're super excited. This launches in mid-July.
Yeah.
Should be in.
It's a good example of, you know, like typically you'd want to launch this shirt in a little bit earlier, but you know, we spent an extra prototype getting it right and getting it dialed and just have the flexibility.
And it's the first print we've ever done. So we've never done a print, and we're doing it in a solid too.
Well, this was gonna be my question. Like I feel like a print that's like this, like it kind of gets, it's like wallpaper, you know, like it gets kind of lost. But when you look at it closely, it's like, oh, that's really beautiful. Like, who did you like seek out an artist for this, or how do you do this?
You know, for this one, you know, going back to this is really comes from Eric, the designer who's been designing these for, you know, many years, prints for many years. But you know, we're in talks with a couple really cool artists to like for next year when we really blow this program out to do some more stuff. But I mean, I remember he was presenting some ideas and we immediately were just like this it just
print
fits exactly what we're going for, like when to wear it, how to wear it, and all that kind of stuff.
And then we also we released like a month ago a hybrid swim run short that has the same print on it in the same color. So,
I love that.
So it's got like kind of that cool.
Yeah, seeing a lot of that.
I haven't seen anybody wear it matching yet because this hasn't come out, but
that's awesome.
You can.
Tell me about, you mentioned this, that it's straight right here, like, just because you mentioned it, what's the significance? Is that a fashion choice?
It's both like classic kind of Hawaiian shirt style. It's more casual. And then also like just for running, it's a little bit shorter. You don't have the tail. For like we have the phone pocket in the back, so it's like easier to access. And it fit both more for both style and function.
Yeah, nice. I love it. Good job. Cool. You want to?
Yeah,
let's do this short, just since I mentioned it so many times. Just to show them.
Yeah, what a Path short is. And this is one that Brian's worn multiple times. And or no, you didn't wear it.
No, this is the side of our photo shoot bin.
Oh, really?
I go. It looks worn.
I was like, oh yeah, but it looks better worn, you know.
Yeah.
Get the nice texture.
That's good.
VKTRY Prime Flex.
Yeah. So what's interesting at the VKTRY, so like just because you mentioned that Gore-Tex thing, I think so VKTRY doesn't require any branding or like you don't have to put a logo on it.
No.
That's interesting. It wouldn't mean the same thing as a Gore-Tex because they didn't put any effort into that. brand?
Well, I mean, I think it does. I mean, like Polar Tech. We use this Polar Tech fabric. So we did put the Polar Tech stamp on this just to kind of show that it's not just a generic fabric.
Yeah.
It's one of their really high-tech fabrics.
Yeah.
But with Toray, they just have never marketed their name, so it really wouldn't mean anything to anybody except the people that really know fabrics.
Yeah.
So for us, we market it heavily on our website and our ads that it's a Toray fabric.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be something that we would put Toray on
Yeah.
there. I think people would think the brand is Toray.
Yeah,
Right.
You know, we don't do hang tags, or we save on a lot of that kind of stuff, and that's typically like where you would see the Gore-Tex.
Yeah.
Gore-Tex as well.
Will you ever do brick and mortar, like sell into wholesale or distributor channels?
It's not currently in the next 18 months. I mean, we may do some boutique retailers. It's just more like a marketing shop and shop type thing.
Yeah.
But, you would have to have a really big line to open your own store. And retail requires a whole new group of people to run retail. And for us, we're like growing so much at e-commerce that we just feel like why do it right now?
Yeah. Yeah, I think about like I had a buddy who like did a lot with Stance socks and all these other brands, and what he always said was with those guys at least, their brick and mortar retail, the intent was not to make money.
Yeah.
Which blows my mind.
Yeah.
They got a store in Soho, and the point is just to be brand. It's all brand building, and it's an expense, not a money.
It can be a big expense if it goes wrong, but 10-year leases are tough. But I mean, going through this short and kind of what it was, and this is kind of the foundation of what we started the brand with, and it starts with using the Toray fabric that's mechanical stretch. So it stretches, but it's got no lycra or spandex. And lycra and spandex is what absorbs water, what breaks down. It's the heaviest part of the material. So you get lighter weight, stronger, and it doesn't absorb water. With the Prime Flex mechanical stretch, this one has the Grave Short, has 2 zip pockets. So you can zip your pockets, whatever you're keeping in here, and as front pockets. The 7-inch has a small pocket for like
your gels or something?
Your gel or your credit card you want to do. There's an inside key fob so you can put your key in, because I never want my key where I'm putting my hands or taking gels out, because it's happened to me multiple times before where, in the past before we had PATH, where my key ends up somewhere in the trail because I reached out and didn't zip up the pocket.
Yes, I've 100% done that.
So it's always separate and safe.
And then the cell phone. This is one of my favorite cell phone pockets I've ever had on shorts. Like it legitimately contains it and it doesn't bounce.
Yeah. And this was the big thing of like, how do you carry your phone without it bouncing? The weight, it's not on one side or the other, because I'm a big thing about weight. Like, I don't want to carry a phone on one leg and not the other. If you're running for hours, that's weight on one leg that's not on the other, and it's just not great biomechanics, and it's not good in general. So those are the key functions, and we use like this waistband that is quick dry, and that side of it. And the whole idea, again, it's a smoother waistband, and it rides on top of the baseliner, which might be good to bring out the baseliner next and explain that, but how it all works. So it's simple, but it just lasts, and it's a really, really great feel, just a soft feel on the material. The hand is great on it.
I love it.
So as we were talking about earlier, one thing, the baseliner or the liner that you wear, outside of the shoes you wear running is, one of the biggest, most critical parts of comfort and performance. And so we spent a long time retooling our current baseliners, and so those are all coming out in July. So potentially by the time this is live, they'll be out on the site.
Wow.
And this is our Lynx baseliner, where we're using a Polar Tech power dry fabric, so it's really, really meant for lots of sweat, lighter weight, higher temperature.
I mean, it's crazy how light that is.
And what's really special about how we redeveloped it is there's zero stitching on it. So it uses this bonding technology called DOD, where it puts rows of 3 little
welded dots
in it. And what's really nice about that is it keeps the natural stretch of the fabric. So it's like completely
different. Like
Yeah.
most
Different
people, when
feel.
you're doing a weld, you put a tape behind it
Yeah.
and it stops it from stretching. So you've got, in all your
Oh, I
seams,
see.
you've got a no stretch area.
Yeah.
Where this all stretches like one
That's wild.
material. And it's brand new technology that Torre is using. And when we sampled these and made this, and so this is, like we said, the Lynx 2.0. It's the same cut as our original Lynx, same fabric, but using this DoD technology.
Yeah.
And same performance waistband.
So it's just, it even eliminates even more
Yes.
opportunity for chafing
Yeah.
and discomfort.
Yeah.
And it just feels like you're not wearing anything. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
So they're,
July 10th release.
Oh, really?
Like-
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That'll be out when we release this. You don't have to talk about it if you're not ready to. The pants, though, you talk the Jean Killer.
yeah, the
We don't-
Gene Killer.
We don't have to put it on video if you don't
Yeah.
want. But are you both wearing the?
So,
No.
Okay.
but as Scott was talking about earlier, like using the same technologies across multiple products, these are both the same technology.
Oh, really?
Right.
Oh,
So
great.
those have the perforated
So
ripstop.
so this is the Dot Air,
Okay.
but in a different weight. And it's
Are those-
not a
are
different
those
weave
out?
no, this will be for holiday.
Yeah, that's
Oh, cool.
This is a
our-
prototype. It's not the right color and that side, but we've just, since we both got the prototypes, he has one, I have one. It's all we wear.
Yeah.
Like, it's like our favorite pant. So
Yeah.
it's got like the cord on the bottom, so you can adjust the leg if you want it tighter.
Oh, cool.
Or if you want it more, it's got pockets inside of pockets to keep things from moving.
Nice.
Zip pockets in the back, and it's just this ultra lightweight, but really, really high quality
That's
fabric from Japan. So
Okay.
it's another Torre Dot Air fabric.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you guys want to highlight? Because we'll chop this up
That's
into
it.
dozens
We're
of
good.
social
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Pieces.
Yeah.
All right, camera's cut. Good job, guys.
Yeah.